This is Johnny Walker when he was 14. 4 years after this was filmed, his life started to unravel. At 18, he started to attend Gamblers Anonymous. By his 20s, he was visiting Alcoholics Anonymous. Johnny is now 23. In the past 2 months, he has amassed debts from an escalating cycle of drugs, drink and gambling. 4 days ago, he took an overdose.
I've lived an almost totally self-centered life, and my exit from it is the most self-centered possible. However, I feel that long-term, with a suitable amount of time for grief allowed, my death will cause less pain on balance than the continuation of my life. Please look through my phone for numbers to invite people to my funeral. I would like Chris Storr to eulogise and the Stone Roses I Am the Resurrection played at my funeral. What limited good I've done, let it be acknowledged. The bad I've done outweighs it 30-fold, and I can't face the pain of restitution and confrontation. Take comfort from John 3:16 and the possibility of universalism. If he is there, God only knows what led to this, and he only can redeem this loss. Yours for the last time, Johnny.
From an early age, Johnny's parents found him difficult. They seemed to take much of the blame for his depressive and compulsive behaviour.
I think sometimes, well, maybe I tried too hard. I tried, I was too worried. I was too worried about being a good mother. I maybe wasn't, let him get rough and tumble, make mistakes, you won't be perfect, and that's part of life.
He had been the centre of our attention for the first 2 years of his life. He never got over the intrusion of Sarah and Michael coming on the scene, He's always wanted to be the one who drew our attention.
And I think, how have we come here? How have we arrived at this stage, at this date where our son is so distressed that he doesn't want to live? How have we come here? Wasn't it yesterday we were tobogganing? Wasn't it yesterday we were going to the library?
Although Johnny is at present able to leave his psychiatric ward when he chooses, he has just today been recommended a course of powerful mood-stabilising drugs for what his doctors see as manic behaviour.
It has made me laugh in the psychiatric ward when you see people, chronic alcoholics and who've had real drug abuse problems to the extent that they're dosed out of their head on all sorts of drugs, mood stabilisers, antidepressants, lithium, what have you, and they all seem to have a detailed knowledge of what these drugs are doing. No diet, no exercise, and yet they lovingly place filters into their roll-ups. And you think, what is the point, mate? You are scuppered. You're not gonna. It's a futile gesture, isn't it? It's kind of, I'll put a filter in and it'll take some of the tar out. I mean, there really is. It's like people who smoke Silk Cut. Pointless. Or people who order Big Mac and fries and a Diet Coke.
Johnny has told me that he feels his life is winding down to an inevitable end. I can't understand what has brought a relatively privileged 23-year-old to this point, and I wonder if these are just ideas he's playing with.
I remember saying a few weeks ago that I'd like to be locked in a room for 6 months and just be fed and watered 3 times a day. But in essence, that's what's happening now. I mean, I'm not locked in the room, but I'm not really choosing to leave it. I don't know, it's like entropy. Just a kind of closing down of a human being. Life's about, is it about growing or progression? I'm just completely going the other way, retreating.
After a week in psychiatric care, Johnny's decided not to stay in hospital and start the proposed course of drugs and analysis. He's only been permitted to leave as he's been accepted by a therapeutic centre in Deal, South Kent.
The phrase that the self-harm team used was that he's ambivalent about life. And in the last few weeks he has behaved in a self-destructive way and endangered not just his own life but other people's lives.
How are you, Johnny?
Not too good.
Why?
I don't know. Just, I guess everything's kind of hitting home.
How so?
Well, it's quite a comfortable existence in there, and don't have to really face up to any kind of reality of any sort, so I've got the feeling that I will be shortly having to face some reality, and that's quite a scary thought.
You feel that?
Yeah, definitely.
How do you feel right now?
I kind of want to run away, but I don't know where to. So.
How do you feel about going to Deal?
Like I've no other choice, really.
Except for an abortive year at Durham University, Johnny has lived at home his entire life. He's told me he doesn't feel that he's developed any of the necessary life skills for survival in the real world.
This is awful.
If we can make a move.
I'm looking for my bike key, Dad.
Right. Michelle comes out of school right now.
Right. You can get...
Be better to get going before she comes home, really.
Absolutely.
It's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. It will be okay, Jay. It will be okay. This is the hardest part. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. That's not even biblical. Confucius, he say. Yeah?
It's Chairman Mel.
Chairman Mel. Well, there you go. You did get one or two things right. Hey?
I've never seen the film, but I think I'd like it. Groundhog Day. But I often wish life was like that. I wish you could go to bed and it would still be the same day. I wish tomorrow didn't come, because tomorrow brings with it decisions and things that have to be done and progress that has to be made, or progress that isn't going to be made. I often go to bed wishing I would wake up and it would still be the day before.
Deal calls itself a therapeutic community.
Right.
In we go.
Aquí estamos.
Hey, congratulations, man.
Yeah.
For nearly 10 years, they've been helping to rebuild the lives of those who struggle with addiction, abuse, and mental illness. Peter and Susan are two of the founders.
You haven't made an absolute decision here, you know that, don't you?
Yeah.
That we can sit down tomorrow or Friday when you're ready to, and just look at the options that are open to you.
Yeah. Which I've narrowed down remarkably in the last 6
yes,
weeks.
there's a kind of, it has a way of earthing things, doesn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
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 It's kind of deal or deal.
Oh yes.
Yeah, steel or lithium.
Deal or lithium?
Yeah, we
yes.
didn't plan it that way. You do understand that?
No,
don't you?
no.
No.
Oh, I planned it.
Nearly 200 people now live in the community, in their own homes. Those who have managed to reclaim their lives give support and accommodation to newcomers.
Now we've got quite a bit of stuff to dump. You know,
Ruth and Robert have lived here for over 2 years. and have volunteered to look after Johnny. They have 2 young children, and I'm amazed that they're taking this responsibility and the risks that must come with it.
That's nice. That's a lovely room. Look at this. There's probably a little square mile here with about 5 different betting establishments.
Surprisingly, new arrivals in Deal are left to their own devices. The belief here is that the only way to recovery is through a real hunger for it.
Oh, this is weird.
In Deal, you have to seek out the help and support on offer.
What are you going to do for the rest of the day? Do you have any idea?
Go and sit by the beach.
Yeah, we could do. For fuck's sake. Look at that, there's Coral down there. There's John Wood down there. There's an amusement centre here. We drove past one with Matt earlier on. There's a bingo hall there. Is this the gambling capital of South Kent? I don't know. Do you like snooker? Should we go and play some pool? Or snooker? There's a snooker club.
Okay, I've got to get some batteries.
Where are you going to get batteries from? I'll meet you in there. You've got the batteries there. Just going to have a look around. Yeah? Meet you back here in 5 minutes. I won't go anywhere other than here.
This is a man carrying huge amounts of very profound pain. And he has grown accustomed to escaping from that pain into a range of addictions and habit patterns that have now left him in a place where we're requiring him to reverse those habits. But actually, he can't easily. It's a huge battle to stop doing what comes naturally to him now. But we're asking him to do that.
Are you getting bored yet, Paddy?
I do find it really boring, yeah.
It is quite boring.
What's the hole?
Pardon?
What's the hole?
The prospect of win series, which is the one thing that I haven't had on this. So you could win all the money back that you put in, but I mean, you're not going to do that. If I could have all the money back that I'd put in fruit machines in my life, then I'd be relatively on the way to owning a house. So that's not really the point. So I suppose the point is that's why I'm in Deal.
He can have a fresh start, if that's what he wants. So we'd like to believe that that is what he's going to do, but we won't put any pressure on him. This will be his free choice, and that's the only way that it'll work. It won't work if we try and impose any measure of remorse on him. Then it won't last. He'll be doing it for us. And the only way this is going to last is if Jonathan does it for himself.
You're going to be all right.
Johnny's behaviour has been a catalyst for his father's own problems, which centre on feeling abandoned by the early death of his parents. He's been working through these issues with the people at Deal for the 3 days he's been here, and has kept his distance from Johnny. Today he's leaving and returning to his life as an Anglican priest.
All right. It's all right. Seriously, I just think this is great. You've got an opportunity. This is au revoir, and we're going to meet a bit further down the road when you're going to be a little healthier. And so am I. Okay. I've got, so much to understand about this myself.
You what?
I've got so much more yet to understand the dynamics of, what has brought ultimately everything on, which is what I've been learning about over these last 2 or 3 days. But you've got to forge your own pilgrimage. You've got to go down your own route, And we are part of the pathology, as they say. So we've got to disengage, and you've got to take your own journey, right? But as I said, we'll be rooting from the bleachers, as the Americans would say. And
I've just got a feeling I'm never going to see you again.
Of course you are. Johnny. What a business, eh?
The conversation that I've had with him so far has focused around the issue of his revenge of his parents for what he perceives they have done with him. What he's actually done is he has blamed them for his condition because he refuses to acknowledge his part in the whole process.
So when he says to them that he's going to kill himself, he's measuring what kind of reaction he's going to get from them. Is he going to get their love? Are they just going to ignore him? Are they going to reach out into his pain? Are they going to take responsibility for him? And then he can blame them even more when that goes wrong. So when Johnny says to his parents, I'm going to do this, then the key for him is how are they going to react?
No, let's just stay here for a little bit. What have you got to do?
Nothing pressing, but nothing pressing.
I don't want to say goodbye. Just yet.
I know. But it's not the last hurrah. Your emotions might suggest that it is, but it isn't.
It might be there. Yeah?
Well, it might be. I mean, I might, I might blow my nose and fall into my scrambled egg tomorrow morning, and that's the end of it. But, I shall try and keep myself healthy. I'm going to get back to my swimming. I shall make every effort to make myself healthy and wealthy and wise. I think we ought to up and off.
I don't.
I know you don't.
Yet.
But, at some point we've got to do it.
Yep, we'll do it.
Oh, come on, Jonathan.
What?
Come on, pick your book up.
I'm not going.
Yeah, come on. Well, I'm going.
You're going, right?
All right?
No.
Oh, I gotta go.
Just want to go to sleep and not wake up,
Right, well, I'm gonna go.
Have fun.
Okay?
Yeah. Where's the card you gave me?
It's inside the book.
Right.
Okay?
Okay, Dad.
All right. Keep in touch.
See you later.
All right.
In Deal, they talk about engaging the pain in your life and letting it flood you. I hope this is happening for Johnny.
It's gonna be alright.
I don't need to go.
No, but that's why when we came down here, we changed all our numbers and we just started a new life. If you've got to commit to a new life, we knew that we had to do that if we wanted to get on.
Gatherings like this men's breakfast are an opportunity for people here to listen to each other and give advice based on their own experiences. But for profound change, Johnny has been told to find someone he feels he can reach out to. Matt came here a year ago to face his drink, drug and gambling problems.
Any idea where we're going?
I had any lunch. I'd quite like to go to a pub for lunch. Is that a bad idea? What am I going to do every day?
Well, I don't know. What do you want to do?
Oh, that's a silly question.
Yeah, but that's the question everyone will ask you. I think it's more about what you don't do than what you do.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what you need not to do.
Yeah. I'm just glad I was never in the situation of being introduced to heroin, because I'd have been...
Personally, I've done both, and I'd rather have a heroin problem than a gambling problem. But it's, it doesn't matter what it is.
It's less costly.
It's less costly and you don't feel anything.
Because the quest for the next fix replaces all the concerns of life.
Well, no, but it just makes you can't feel anything. You don't feel anything at all. You just don't feel anything.
At all.
At all. Unless of course you're in the, on the estate, shooting up on the side alley and you've got nowhere to live and you're stealing and, there's different aspects to it. But if you're doing it in a functioning manner like I was, like going to work or, well, not that I work too hard, but certainly getting the kids to and from school and, just to be able to, go to bed at 11 o'clock at night and just spending all day in the car scoring though, that was the boring bit. Fucking nightmare, actually. Which is like any addiction, really. It's just rooted in low self-worth and...
Yeah. And escapism.
Yeah, and all of that's rooted in something else. Which is what we're here to find out. Fuck, I hope I find out soon, because I'm losing patience. It's very hard to see changes in my own life. Because, like, someone will say to me, but lots of stuff has changed since you've been here, and yet, as soon as I go and, if I go off on a binge or something, then of course it feels like nothing's ever changed. But in fact, some stuff has changed.
But we know it's not the absence of the vice that proves that something's changed,
No,
is it?
no, exactly.
Because I've done 2.5 years without it.
Yeah, well, I did 4.5 years without it, yeah.
Without betting?
Without drinking or drugs. I did 2 years without gambling.
So you did 4.5 years without any drink?
4.5 years without any chemicals, yeah.
So I've never done more than 4.5 months without any alcohol, actually.
Yeah.
That was only when I was being sponsored. No, then.
Yeah, I did all that. I did 3 meetings a day, a sponsor. I lived in meetings and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Shit.
Deal grew up around a church and sees itself as a spiritually therapeutic community. But many don't engage with the religion here and aren't expected to. And I think some attend the Sunday services principally to stay at the heart of the community. Johnny has always blamed his father's embracing of Christianity for much of the pain and difficulty that exists between them.
We're waiting for you to ask us for help.
Whilst I've still got these kind of death wish, I'm no help to anyone.
We're suggesting to you an alternative way of dealing with this whole situation. That instead of going out and getting pissed, instead of going out and using street drugs or spending several £100s in gambling, what we're saying to you is, call us. I'm going into it again, guys. Can you help me, please? And your strength of will to harm yourself is the same will that has the capacity to reach out to someone and say help. It can be me. I'm here. And it can be any number of men. But we refuse to do this for you. You have got to ask us. I'll set up meetings with men all of next week for you. If you're willing to listen to them and say, well, this is who I am, this is the place I'm at. What did you do when you were this place? There are alternatives.
Already Johnny is beginning to be a disruptive force in the community. A day hasn't passed during his first week here without him drinking or gambling. And he's upset more than one young woman by hitting on her.
Basically, I'm at a cult no, don't laugh. I'm in a fucking cult in South England, and I don't like it.
The only cult that doesn't pay any money.
Katie, out and shush. I'll call you back tomorrow. I'm sorry for everything I've said, but this place is a cult. No, it's not. It's not even funny. It isn't funny.
It's not funny.
No, it's not funny at all.
You're not funny.
I'm not funny.
No.
No,
it is funny, but you're not funny.
No, it isn't funny either.
No, it is funny.
Right. It is a cult.
Why? It's so bloody not a cult.
Define cult.
Right,
No, you.
Jason, will you pick up the tray?
I'll talk to him a second.
My name's not Jason. No, but don't tell me that's normal. Don't even pretend that's normal. It's not normal.
What is normal? Define
normal. What's normal?
In a typical therapeutic community, a person gets well and they leave. In a faith community, based around the culture of a local church, when those people get well, they stay. And they cease to become takers, and they actually begin to be givers. My revenge for the huge demands they make on me is when I give them someone like them for them to look after.
If you can't come to terms with being compassionate for members of the community, right, and not judging them, because whatever you think your troubles are, whatever, everyone's got a story, and the guys you're criticising or saying, I don't want to listen to this fucking guy do his thing. His story would blow your mind if you were ready to listen to it. Listen to me.
No, but
just listen to me.
No, would you have sat through the workshop?
He did.
Did he?
I've sat through several workshops.
Detoxing.
Yeah, you sat through the whole thing.
I've sat through 5 years of fucking meetings, listening to people's stories, and occasionally thinking, oh, so and so's full of shit, whatever. The fact is that you're not the only one with trouble in your life.
I haven't even said that, have I?
No, but you're not a greater God than anyone else.
I didn't say
But you're giving that
It's fine, it's okay, I know where you're at, and I've been there too. But stop trying to draw other people into your troubles. Right, because we're here to help.
I'm letting that go, Matt.
No, but I would happily now spend an hour in that room singing songs with you, which would diffuse your anger. I'm saying that, Johnny, you're welcome here in any state, and if that state contravenes the rules of this house, then I'll ask you to leave, and that's fine. But generally, we will welcome you, try to reassure you, try to calm you down.
I won't be in here.
Or try to listen to your mandate or whatever. Because I'm like that too. You're not alone in this. But you know perfectly well that it's about us saying, this is not acceptable in our house.
Peter has confided in me that he doesn't think Matt is well enough himself to give Johnny the depth of help he needs.
You don't have to.
All I can see is the extra pressure it's putting his marriage under.
Oh, do you know what? I'm so fucking tired. I'm so tired.
There's a saying here, God's love is unconditional, but people are only human.
So tired.
Is this usual for people that come to the community to react against it?
Oh yeah, terrified. Absolutely terrified.
And what's the fear generally?
Having to face themselves.
Part of me is angry that Johnny could just be wasting everyone's time here, and I worry that he's only here to avoid lithium, or even just be part of the filming. But some people have taken years to get well, and Deal has worked for them.
These people are, you know, I guess, I know this is going to sound stupid and it's going to sound infantile and cocky, but I'm not really as fucked up as I allowed myself to think I was. I mean,
but you spent yesterday afternoon, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, my behaviour has been fucked up. The things I've done have been stupid and fucked up, but maybe it's because I've wanted them to look that way. You know, look at me, I'm special, I've got a fucking problem. Or I've got a gambling addiction, or I've got a problem with alcohol, or I've taken too many recreational drugs. But that's just like, that's another way of saying I'm special, isn't it? And I'm not. But I don't need to be special, that's not what life's about. You know, life's about carving out the best little slice you can for yourself and helping other people on the way and making sure no one gets hurt. So, you know, fuck this.
What are you going to do now then?
No idea. No idea. I don't know. There isn't much to do in Deal. And I can't go home. Well, where's home? And spent all my money. Well, all the bank's money. So, unless I win the lottery, I think this is going to be a very sad little story.
I'm beginning to find the depth at which Johnny buries his real pain frustrating. He's not engaging with the community, and I'm not even sure that I trust his emotions are genuine.
I just think it would be nice to call him and just say, I hope you're all right. I really do. It might be the phone call. You know,
Yes,
when you first
I'm very happy
arrive
to do
here,
that,
you're so blown away by someone calling you and caring, you think, fuck. Because he's used to people not giving a shit, i.e. himself.
No, I know, you're right.
And you know, one phone call could be like, do you know, fucking hell, that was really nice.
You might be about to get on the train.
And you can say, Camilla really enjoyed seeing you here yesterday, and the kids loved you here, because they did.
Oh, okay. But listen, I've just got back from college, had an hour and a half meeting on my budget, and I haven't been available for this information. Now you've told me, I'll go and call him now. Right now. In fact, I'm going to go and call him now.
Good.
What sort of day have you had? Have you? Oh yeah, why is that? Yeah. Start that again. Life-changing days, just considered all the options and...
And that's his game. The number you've called is currently unavailable.
Houston, we have a problem.
Is it off?
It's gone dead. He'll call back, I'm sure.
Late last night, Ruth and Robert, the couple who were housing Johnny, were woken by an ambulance man who explained that he'd picked up a man who had announced to a crowded pub that he'd taken an overdose.
Robert met him, decided that he had. Jonathan came clean, told the truth. So they whisked him off to William Harvey in Ashford and kept him in overnight. I talked to the psychiatrist, and it turns out that they were seriously considering actually sectioning him for his own health, because they were concerned that he might self-harm again. But they decided that they would refer him to our care, give him the opportunity to return to the community. And because he appeared to be making all the right noises, to actually have him come back and have another crack at it. What was all this about?
What was about having too much to drink and having a mind that's flirting with suicide from a daily basis.
Yeah.
And also having a month's supply of sleeping tablets.
Yes, which you were given, of course, because the doctor trusted you, as we did. Yeah. So there was a high level of trust there. And it was that breach of trust which, for us, really was part of the problem that we now have. And it's a question of whether you actually do want to change. But of course, trying to hit on the women and ending up doing what you're doing, what you're communicating to all of these people is the same thing. That actually, sod you, I'm going to do what I like. And that's fine, if that's your choice. But it excludes you from anyone being able to help you in any way. And I think it will be true to say that next time that you do something and end up in an outpatient somewhere, then you will get sectioned. And I think you need to talk to some of the men in our community that have been sectioned. It's not a nice white linen hotel. You go in there thinking you're in control. You go in there thinking you're still the master of your life. And it's not long before you begin to learn that actually you're not. And my concern for you is that you have come so close to that line today. The question that we ask ourselves with every person like yourself is, how low are you going to have to go before something cracks in you and you say help?
I've said help loads of times on the way down. So I don't know how this change process can take place. I don't know if I've never had the patience for anything, really.
This journey, Jonathan, is about you. That frightens the crap out of you. It would be so nice if it was about God, or about your parents, or about your childhood, or about your education. Anything but you. but we're in this community dedicated to finding you in the mess that you are at the moment.
I think that Peter being unflustered by Johnny's suicide bid has surprised him. Although they've said that any future signs of this behaviour will exclude him from Deal, they've told Johnny that ultimately they can't stop him from killing himself. I can see that this has deprived him of one of his main defences to confronting himself, and I wonder if this will take him to the rock bottom that Peter thinks he must reach before he can recover. Matt is trying to get Johnny to a men's breakfast, but he's been lying low for a couple of days.
How are you?
All right, come in. He said he'd been hallucinating all night. Thinks he might have gone to sleep about 4ish. But he wants to try and sleep it off.
Are you pleased to have him back?
Yeah, I mean, it's good that he's decided that he's come back for another round, so yeah, another round.
Yeah.
But it is still a day at a time at the moment.
I don't have experience of coming here as a single man aged 23, because when I was 23 and doing what he was doing, I thought I was invincible and I wouldn't have come anywhere near a place like this.
Yeah.
Frankly, I really wouldn't have done.
No.
For love or money.
Yes.
So I do appreciate the struggles for him.
I just do generally feel like I want to die. Genuinely. I mean, the first overdose was not at all. I knew it wasn't life-threatening. There's only 10 tablets. And yesterday was 28. It was a month's supply of sleeping pills washed down with a lot of booze. And I really didn't give a damn.
In my experience, people who really don't care and the people who really want to die don't talk about it.
I read that in A Myth of Suicide. So
Because I know people who have gone down that route, and the shock that engenders is generally down to the fact that people, you know, it's like, well, why didn't he say he was feeling depressed? Why didn't he say that? But the more you talk about it, the more it comes across to me that you do care. And that you're constant saying that you don't care and you've had enough and you want to die and you don't care and you don't care and you want enough and you want to die. Every time that gives me more reason to believe that you actually do care. And I think you know that.
Possibly.
Johnny has decided that the only way he can stay in Deal is with the freedom of his own car, and he wants to stop his parents from selling it.
Okay. Appreciate it, Dad. Nice. Yeah, nice to talk to you. I know that. I know that. Well, by their deeds shall you know them.
When you cry, I wipe away all of your tears. You scream, I fight away all of your fears. I held your hand through all of these years. You still have.
What are you thinking, Johnny?
Glad to be alive. Actually, feeling really good. It's an amazing place, and I feel quite selfish because there's what I did on Friday. When I've got a whole life ahead of me, and there's people who having their lives taken away. I don't feel worthy to stand next to them. There's a guy in there whose brother's on life support machine. Just got a feeling that life is actually quite precious. I've had a first day without sleeping tablets for about 3 weeks, and I feel great actually.
And why don't you feel worthy to stand next to them?
Because, you know, people actually didn't want to die, and I've been toying with the idea of ending it all, and there's so much love and acceptance that you just don't, you feel overwhelmed by it, really. A bit, well, humbled.
You don't fancy going in?
Well, not really. I mean, church isn't my bag. But I'm happy to be here, around people. I'd just be at home playing PlayStation otherwise.
It's been an eventful 4 days. We were very pleased when he rang us just before he left for Leeds to pick up his car to ask us to send someone with him so that he didn't go alone because he was frightened of what he might do. I got an undertaking from him that he'd promised to come back and at least talk with us. And his parents had agreed for him to stay there one night. Got here 9 o'clock last night, and I had assumed that he would then go straight home and go back and stay the night. He didn't. He went out to one of the local pubs, picked up some cocaine, left the pub probably around 1:30, drove back home and ran out of road.
Shit. That's been waiting to happen, I guess.
Oh.
I don't know why they did that.
Torched it?
Yeah.
Well, you didn't crash it? You didn't blow up when you...
No, no.
There was no...
No, it was all right.
Do you remember much about crashing it?
Yeah, I just remember not turning quickly enough and going into the tree. I need to go home. I have such a strong feeling inside of me that's where I need to be. Just as a stopgap. Plan the next move. That's really sad, that. Hi, Dad. It's me. Hello. I'm in the car with all my stuff. Well, I need to take my... You're not going to be there. What do you mean? It's all night. I need to just for one night because I've got to dump my stuff, Dad. I've got. Dad, listen. Dad, I need a place tonight. Mum, no, don't be sorry. Mum, I've got to dump some stuff, and it's gonna be late at night. Oh no, this is fucking stupid.
As I sat in the hire car with Johnny and thought about all that had happened with him over the past 3 weeks, I now found Peter's thought that he hadn't yet hit rock bottom quite frightening. But I knew he was right.
Dad, what am I going to do then?
I was just beginning to feel that I didn't want to be there when he did.
Can you not support me? Just like you supported me in going to Deal. Can you not support me in trying to get into a treatment centre? What? Why not, Dad?
There's something in the guy's spirit that just mocks us all, that has a superior look. where he's looking down on us. And I feel very, very sad, because it's very unlikely that he's going to break these cycles on his own. He'll need help.
I'm trying to get into a treatment centre and you're not even letting me stay in my own flipping old familial home. You're making me at the work. I'm not going to be abused by you. Why do you keep saying that? That's just deal speak, isn't it? I know why you're doing it. I know why you think you're doing it. Yeah, well, enjoy your journey, Dad. Enjoy your journey. All right, bye. I think I'm going to go there.
Where?
Home. Right now.
It felt like a tragedy to me that we had ended up where we had started, that Johnny had gained nothing. Peter had warned me of the frustrations of the cyclical nature of addictions. At Deal, they even think in decades, not years.
Not home. I didn't think they were home.
What are you going to do?
Hotel. And then score.
Huh?
I don't know. Hello? Yeah, it's Johnny. You up? Okay. Where do you want me to pick up?
As I sat in Johnny's hotel, just 200 yards from his home, and struggled to find some meaning from the weeks I'd spent with him, it dawned on me that although Johnny always seemed to be embracing danger, all he really wanted was to be safe.
Is it correct for me to understand that once you see a positive change in me and a willingness to take responsibility, that you'll start to kind of support me more, or that our relationship will begin to heal? Right. Okay. I've blown all my money on kind of this suicidal nihilism, which isn't me, because I don't want to die. So now I'm going to have to face the consequences, and it's going to be that bit more painful. So I guess what I mean in terms of support is like coming to visit in Scarborough occasionally, and maybe taking me over. What I'm not going to do is come home, walk in the house, and then refuse to leave. That's a promise. I'm not going to stay over. I don't expect to stay over. I don't even see it as my right. It's not my right. All right. And I'm sorry. That is the real Jonathan, if there is one. What I was just saying to Dad then.
The real Jonathan.
The unreal Jonathan is the kind of one mildly sober and frightened and not sedated and angry and scared and refusing to accept responsibility. It's funny that under the influence of alcohol and drugs, I can kind of see everything clearly. And
accept responsibility. But the real test is going to be when I'm
Sentiment, isn't it?
That was sentiment.
Well, very often when people get pissed or drugged up high, they become very sentimental.
Yeah.
I don't know, Johnny.
No, I don't know either.
I don't know.
But I mean, that's the situation anyway.
Mm.
So whether or not I choose to rail against it, or it can only help my cause if I'm complicit in whatever Dad wants to do.
Yeah.
And acquiescent, rather than fucking you're my dad, we're flesh and blood. You know, that approach is not good.
Although it tends to waver between the two, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like a pendulum between being the dutiful son and then the angry man.
Yeah. The angry man doesn't have much sway though.
We have a permanent open door for anyone who's been part of the community or sought help from us. And this is a man who is running scared from the depth of the pain that he has in him. He can't imagine being free. And unless he does reach that place, then there is no way that any of us can help him. He just remains in his own box, locked in his own room, and he won't let us in.